Welcome to Men of the West, a podcast forged in the fire of history's defining moments, where we honor the valor, wisdom, and unyielding spirit of the great men who shaped our civilization. Here, we explore not only the thunder of battles, but also the pivotal events and timeless lessons that echo through the ages. With reverence, we stand in the shadow of our forebears, drawing from their triumphs and trials to lead ourselves into the future with courage and purpose. Today, we march across the blood-stained sands of history to meet a titan whose vision reshaped an empire. Constantine, born in the rugged outpost of Nicaea in modern-day Serbia around 272 AD, was no child of privilege, but a son of the frontier, molded by a soldier's life and a mother's quiet faith. Constantine the Great, as the ages would hail him, was a colossus who strode the fault lines of a crumbling Rome. He stitched together a fracturing empire, and by embracing Christianity, forged a spiritual foundation that would define the West. His hand guided Rome from chaos to renewal, his legacy a beacon for civilizations yet to come. The year was 312 AD, and the empire quaked under the weight of civil strife. Constantine, now a contender for the imperial crown, led his army toward Rome to face Maxentius at the Milvian Bridge. The Tiber River roared below, its dark waters churning like the fates themselves. Dust swirled in the air, kicked up by the boots of weary legionaries. Shields clashed, swords glinted under a pale October sun, and the distant shouts of Maxentius's men carried a taunting edge. Constantine's forces were fewer, their odds grim, yet his eyes burned with purpose. On the eve of battle, as twilight bled across the sky, a miracle blazed forth. A searing cross of fire etched against the heavens, its light blinding and resolute. In hoc signo vinces, it declared. In this sign you shall conquer. Heart pounding, Constantine rallied his men, their shields now emblazoned with the Chi-Rho, Christ's sacred symbol. Dawn broke, and the air erupted with war cries. Spears splintered, horses screamed, and the bridge became a cauldron of chaos. Constantine, astride his warhorse, his armor streaked with blood and dust, drove his men forward. Maxentius's line wavered, then shattered, soldiers tumbling into the Tiber's merciless grip, their armor dragging them under. By dusk, the bridge was Constantine's, the victory a thunderclap that shook the empire's core. This was no mere clash of steel. It was the moment faith and fate forged a new path for Rome. From the Milvian Bridge's carnage, Constantine's vision soared. He was no longer just a general, but a steward of destiny. In 313, he proclaimed the Edict of Milan, a decree that flung open the gates of freedom for Christians, ending their long night of persecution. At the Council of Nicaea in 325, he forged the Nicene Creed, a pillar of faith that still anchors the Christian world. His reforms, bolstering the army, stabilizing coinage, breathed life into a dying Rome. Yet his ambition burned brighter still, yearning for a monument to his reign. On the Bosphorus's shimmering shores, where east met west, Constantine birthed a new capital. Constantinople rose, its walls defiant, its golden domes catching the dawn. Chariots thundered through the hippodrome, merchants' voices filled the bustling ports, and churches glowed with the light of a faith now unshackled. This city, a fortress of stone and spirit, would stand as the empire's heart for a millennium, a testament to a man who dared to dream beyond his time. What can we, the men of the West, draw from Constantine's flame. His stand at the Milvian Bridge, amidst the clash of swords and the river's roar, teaches us to face our battles with unrelenting courage, trusting the signs that light our path. His creation of Constantinople calls us to build boldly, to craft legacies that endure. Above all, his faith in a greater purpose urges us to rise above division, to anchor our lives in conviction and action. Like Constantine, we must charge into the fray, undaunted, forging a future worthy of the giants who came before.